Scapula, a commonly used phrase in calisthenics. You will hear people say retract your scapula, make sure you're protracting, you're keeping a hollow body. So what is this scapula? What does it actually do? In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to build scapular strength and what do we actually use our scapula for. There are 6 main movements of the scapula. I'm going to show you each of them right now. So first of all, we have scapular elevation. This occurs in any shrugging motion. Your levator scapula, upper traps and rhomboids all help to elevate your scapula. Scapular depression is another movement of the scapula. It's really important in certain calisthenic skills, for example front levers, planches, handstands. Scapular depression is so key. Your pec, lats and traps all help to depress your scapula. Another movement of the scapula is upwards rotation. This movement is key for good shoulder mobility, which we need in all calisthenic skills. Downward rotation is the opposite and is another movement of the scapula. Last but not least, these are probably the most well-known movements. You have scapular retraction and scapular protraction. Scapular retraction helps with postural awareness, also with certain calisthenic skills, and vice versa, same with scapular protraction. So, in order to strengthen our scapula and really reap the benefits of having a strong scapula, we want to replicate these movements basically, but also do it in a way where we're progressing, so making it harder. So for example, we can do weighted exercise that involve these specific movements, or we can use bands. So there's a number of ways we can train our scapula, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Let's focus first on scapular retraction and depression. Now, when you retract and depress your scapula, you need to hold this position in a lot of calisthenic movements. For example, the front lever being one of them. You want to be able to have a good retractive and depressive strength. A really great exercise to develop the strength for it are scapular pull-ups. When you get stronger, you can start to build up that scapula and pull in a higher, greater range of motion. This is gonna make it a whole kind of posterior chain exercise. It's gonna change the whole game, but this is gonna ultimately build the strength up for your front lever. So we just looked at a vertical retractive exercise. Now we're looking at the prone cobra. This is an amazing exercise you can do at home. You don't need no equipment, just your own body weight. This is great for anyone who is struggling with posture. If you have rounded shoulders, if you're in that hunched position all the time, this is perfect to open up those shoulders. What you want to do is make sure you have those palms facing upwards, and as you rotate, you really open up your body position. You're squeezing your shoulder blades in, so your scapulars are ducting, and you're building good strength around the upper back area. Practicing transitioning from a retracted position into a protracted position helps build better mind-muscle connection between you and your scapula. It's also really important to be strong at both, so you don't want to be just strong retracting, you want to be strong at protracting as well. Another reason to practice retraction and protraction at the same time is it's great for muscle building. You get a greater stretch and squeeze of your muscles, and again it just builds up that mind-muscle connection, guys. I can't stress enough, it's a different feel. If you keep yourself retracted or you go from retracted to protracted, you get greater strength in greater ranges of motion. Personally, I love to train my scapula using heavy bands. So this is an example of upwards rotation, also involving retraction and depressing as well. So I'm adding as many variations, trying to hit the scapula from all angles. That's the beauty of bands, because you can virtually have so much freedom with them, but also you can manipulate the intensity by picking a heavy band or a lighter band. If you want a full list of exercises for these exact bands, the ones with the handles, check out my Instagram at abnormal_beings. I've got a full video series on those bands. Alright, another great exercise are unilateral exercises, so single arm exercises. These help with any imbalances you may have, so you'll notice one hand or one arm may be better at retracting or depressing than the other. Again, the heavier the band, the harder the exercise becomes, so you really have to force that retraction. You can actually build great strength in this position, providing you use the correct band. As you can see here, my arm is completely straight. I'm literally using just my scapula to retract and depress. If the bands start to get too easy, I suggest doing weighted scapular pull-ups, so you're adding weight to your scapular exercises, and also maybe finish off with the bands. So use the bands as a finisher. Or like I said, get a band with greater resistance. We've talked a lot about retracting the scapula. That's going to help build your pulling strength. Now we also want to improve our pushing strength. All our pushing skills, our planche, our handstand work, L-sits, they all come under those pushing skills. First and great exercise you should try are going to be the planche lean presses. Now this is a great exercise that forces protraction throughout the scapula and also works on depression. So as you lean forwards, you really have to depress and keep that hollow body position. It's a real tough exercise to do, and again, make sure you're pointing those elbow pits forwards as you lean. This is going to build strong habits for the planche. The tiger bend protractive press is another great exercise to strengthen your scapula. It's going to help build bent arm protractive strength. So yes, there is such a thing as that. For example, the handstand push-up. You want to keep a protracted body whilst doing your push-ups. I know, right? So this is a great exercise to mimic it. It's going to hit your triceps differently. Make sure you keep your elbows tucked in throughout the movement. Also, that forward lean and pressing back out is going to work a bit of upward rotation as well. So you're strengthening two movements of the scapula at one time, protraction and upwards rotation. This is an amazing exercise, guys. I can't stress enough. Try it out, rep it out, and when it gets hard, you can also do this standing. So not on the knees, but standing. Again, unilateral exercises are great to develop scapular strength because you can really focus on that one side, build better mind-muscle connection. Going on the knees and doing protractive presses are really good. As you can see, you can really see my scapula sticking out as I try and keep my arms straight and pushing through. I'm trying to push through the ground. This translates well into handstands. So I did a little straddle press here, for example. Again, I'm trying to push through the ground. I'm not trying to retract. I'm not trying to elevate, sorry. I'm trying to press. I'm trying to push through the ground as hard as I can. Again, I'm working towards the one arm, so I'm just shifting my weight side to side. So you need really good depressive strength. Look at the way how I get into that handstand push-up. I keep my body straight, almost protracted. So that's why it's really important to build protractive strength. So it will make your handstands look cleaner, your reps look cleaner. You won't have that arch in your back. You'll be able to engage and keep that hollow position. Planche lift-offs, again, force protraction. It's really important, protraction in the planche. Even me, I need to go back because I do neglect it. Even in my straddle planche, I realize I'm not as protracted, so I need to keep building my protractive strength. It's something that's very underlooked, and when you do have a strong protractive strength, guys, I'm telling you now, it changes the game. All your static skills, they instantly get stronger. This will be one of the last horizontal pushing, protracting, strengthening exercises that you're going to do. This is an easier version of the planche press. So you're going to be on your knees and you're just going to literally focus on protracting. So you still want to engage your abs, tense your abs, squeeze your glutes, but focus on rounding that upper back. That's really important. That's the main key. Hand placement wise, just turn them out and again point those elbow pits forwards. Your biceps will take some of the load as well. It will make you stronger in that planche position. It's good to train good habits, but drill these guys. I promise you, your planche progress will be insane. It will go through the roof. These exercises may be that one weakness you're missing to achieve that planche. So drill them, guys. One last final exercise which I feel you must practice if you want to improve your handstands are going to be pike shrugs. With the pike shrugs, you are training scapular depression. So you're pushing through the gown, pushing that scapula down, making sure that you're not elevating, you're not getting that shrug hunch position. You want to be pressing so you're fully depressed, so your arms are fully locked out and you have great stability. This is another good variation, just doing shoulder taps or elbow taps from a front angle. As you can see, you want to push through the ground so your scapula lifts. That's it. So it depresses, it stays down. That's going to give you that stability in the handstand. So drill this. It's a must, guys. Love to all of you who have watched throughout right till the end. That will be the end of the scapular tutorial. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You gained some valuable info. Hit me up in the comment section below if you have any questions about this. Fire away. I'll be happy to answer them all. Or shoot me a DM on Instagram at abnormal_beings. Show some love. Share the YouTube channel to a friend. And also smash that like button. Love you all, guys. Keep subscribing. Keep supporting the movement. Keep me growing. And as always, I'll catch you guys next week with another video. Once again, it's been your boy Ty from Abnormal Beings. I'll catch you guys next week. Take care and peace.